Join me now is Barrister Bello Mahmood. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Can you explain the workings of the new CAC registration portal and tell me how that has contributed to the nation's economy?
You need to know what we had before the new portal. We had software before that we used for registering companies. And we found out that the software was defective in the sense that it does not provide for e-payment platforms. The new software that we have now that we call Company Registration Portal, it has e-payment model, which means somebody can access us 24/7 from anywhere and transact business with the commission provided that he pays the requisite fees. That means lawyers and other customers can do their business with CAC without having to come to us physically. That was the intention of the new portal. So send their documents online, pay online, and get your certificate or even your certificate online. Yeah.
In other words, you're saying you're now doing an online registration?
That is the end desire of the portal. But we have not reached there as at yet because it has one inhibiting factor, that is e-stamping.
Okay.
What we had wanted was somebody coming to CAC will have the documents stamped electronically without having to go to FRS to stamp the documents. And that's the only one outstanding that will prevent you from starting to finish registration online. But once you get your documents stamped by stamp duty, you can come to us or you can access us from your place and start registration online.
Okay, but every other thing can be done online
without
the e-stamping.
Exactly.
Right, we also have an issue of a lot of government portals not actually being active. Now, I'd like to know how interlinked is your portal, your new portal, with your state's portals, for instance?
Well, in not only states, even you as customers can access us 24/7 because it's a web-based portal. And our state officers can also access us 24/7, all of them. 36 states of the Federation, where we have officers, they can all access us.
You give a deadline of 31st December 2015 for the deadline of annual reports, and you warn that dormant companies will be struck out. How are companies complying with that order?
Well, unfortunately, not very many companies comply with that directives. So in the process of striking out some of those companies who have failed to file their annual returns. We previously struck out about 9,000, or at least now about 30,000 companies are about to be struck off from the register. The only thing now remaining for us is to gazette the companies, what the law says. After the gazetting, the companies are deemed to be delisted until the court says otherwise. The implication that there are no more legal personalities, unless if you go to court, file your papers and request the court to give you life back again to your company. And then you'll be asked to go and comply with the regulations and file documents, then you will now be back. But until that is done, you can only transfer business with other company.
And how many companies are affected as at now?
As at now, I told you that we have struck off about 10,000. The next one is about 30,000. And it's an ongoing thing. But I still compile the records of those who have been filing annual returns.
Can you tell me what the annual returns is all about, and why do companies have to pay that?
Annual returns is a requirement of the law, that the CAMA. It says a company that's registered with us, 18 months after registration, has to file a return, and you do that every other year. But if you are registered today, 18 months after, you have to file what we call annual returns. And that return contains information about the company, the owners, the structures, and other information that is required by law to be filed for us. It's a simple form that you fill, just a page or one or two pages. You just fill and send to us. And the fee is just about 2,000 that you pay. It's not a difficult thing to do. But the company chose not to do it. Some out of ignorance, some they just don't want to do it.
Are there any other reforms that you're putting in place to further move the CAC forward?
Well, the reforms like we just mentioned, one of them is the issue of this registration portal, the new one that we put in place. And we have done the regulations, 28 regulations. Unlike before, there are no regulations guiding our customers, lawyers and others. But now we have regulations that are guiding our customers. We also reduced the filing fees in the commission to attract more people to register their companies. Someone who registers his company for 2 million and above, up to 500 million, has 50% reduction in filing fees. And those filing companies, 500 million and above, they have 25% reduction of filing fees. In addition, the government has done away with the issue that you have to have a lawyer to file registration for you. If you are the first directors, you can come yourself personally and register your company without having to go through a lawyer. But if you choose to go through a lawyer, lawyers still come here and register companies on behalf of their clients, lawyers, accountants, and status secretaries. Unlike before, where we already register companies here in Abuja directly, other offices can already register business name for you. Now you can register your companies start and finish in other locations. Like in Lagos, we have 2 offices in Lagos. You can go there and start registering and finish it there and get a certificate there. You can go to Enugu and do the same thing. You can go to Port Harcourt and do the same thing. You can go to Kano and you can go to Kaduna also. There you can start and finish registration there within hours and get a certificate. We intend to open up this in all the states of the Federation for the end of this year.
Talking about reforms now, a lot of people have complained that there are lots of bureaucracies in the CAC system. Now, and that these bureaucracies are not in keeping with the times.
Our operations are mostly they are processed through our system. Our staff has little to do with customers. Once you go to customer service and get your documents, from that time you are off. It goes through workflow. And we have reduced our process many times. Even now we are doing review of our processes so that we can reduce the steps that you take to register companies. There are no bureaucracies in CAC.
The Company and Allies Matters Act. We understand that you're looking at a review of that act. Can you tell me how far you have gone in that course?
We have done our own inside work. We have finished. We have recommended more than 200 amendments that will further enhance our powers and simplicity of our operations. That document has now gone to the ministry, to the Honorable Minister, for onward transmission to government. And from there it goes to the National Assembly for approval.
Can you give me an idea into a few of the amendments that you're looking to make and what this is supposed to help in terms of operations of the CAC?
Like this issue of annual returns. We don't have the power to just wreck our company without having to go through some hard process. For example, now we have to send a letter to you, tell us if your company is still doing business. We'll give you 1 month's reply. If you don't reply, we now send another letter and saying, please, we're still waiting for a reply. Tell us if the company is undergoing business. Give us another month. If you don't do so, send another letter and then give you 3 months to respond. That's when you don't respond the last time, that you can now strike out the company. But now we're saying that no, that is too long a process. Let the law allow us to deal with erring companies without having to go through that new process. And then secondly, erring directors. We cannot punish erring directors who do anything that is against the law. But the amendment now will allow us to punish erring directors. Previously, the law said we have to take them to court, get them convicted before we can penalize them. And that is, even the fines, they are those in the old days. But now we have now made it as well that we come on our own without having to go to court.
We'll go on a short break now, and when we return, we will take you through more of the internal workings of the Corporate Affairs Commission.